One of the most fascinating characters in the Resident Evil universe is Jack Krauser. Known for his combat skills and intense demeanour and mysterious past, Krauser left a lasting impression on the franchise, and soon became a fan favourite. However, in the original Resident Evil 4, he comes out of nowhere. With a backstory well established with Leon, he wasn't very well fleshed out. In this video, we'll have a look at Krauser's backstory and take a closer look at what makes him an intriguing character. I am aware that with the 2023 remake, this might change, but for those who have never played the original, at least you'll have some context of who it might be. Don't worry, no spoilers for Resident Evil 4, and a big shout out to the Resident Evil podcast, as most of the information in this video comes from their encyclopedia, link in the description. Jack Krauser was the Chuck Norris of the US Special Operations Command, an elite operative with an impressive track record of successful missions. His job was his life, and he threw himself into it like a college student on spring break. I mean, let's be real, who needs a social life when you can be a badass soldier? While some soldiers are content with just shooting things from afar, Krauser had a more hands-on approach to combat. He was a master of close quarters combat and could handle bladed weapon with the same precision as a surgeon. But don't let his combat skills fool you. Krauser was more than just a killing machine. He was a recognized first-class soldier, and with his numerous achievements, proved that he was a force to be reckoned with. His dedication to the military was unparalleled, and he found meaning in each day he spent fighting for his country. Krauser wasn't just a soldier, he was a man with strong opinions. He believed that the United States was heading in the wrong direction when it came to terrorism, and that things were only getting worse on a global scale. Despite his misgivings though, Krauser was a fierce patriot and he was utterly loyal to his government. You could say that he was like a golden retriever, always wagging his tail and ready to serve. In 2002, 2 years before the events of Resident Evil 4, Krauser was handpicked to assist US government agent Leon S. Kennedy on a mission in South America. He knew of Leon's involvement in Raccoon City, but remained skeptical about the existence of zombies and bioweapons. I mean, who wouldn't be? That stuff sounds like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. Krauser was sent into the Amazon jungle alone under the call sign of Silver Dax, with only a radio operator named Hannah to keep him company. Things didn't exactly go smoothly. The area was in the midst of a civil unrest, with riots breaking out all over the place. But Krauser was determined to complete his mission, even if it meant hitching a ride on a freight train or two. Eventually, he met up with Leon in a small town, and that's when things got real. When they discovered the village had been ravaged by the T-virus, Krauser's skeptical opinion on the BOWs changed faster than a chameleon on a rainbow. From that moment on, he was fully committed to stopping Umbrella and anyone else who threatened his country. Leon and Krauser actually made a good team, fighting off the mutated Hilda and rescuing Javier's daughter, Manuela. Krauser then asked Leon to fill him in on everything he encountered thus far, and Leon told him about his experiences in Raccoon City.
I'd come with you, but I'd just slow you down. Now, you'll need this.
I can't take him.
Stop. And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate. You take it out, or you run. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Krauser just listened in silence. He also told him about the infamous Albert Wesker, and Krauser seemed intrigued about the mysterious bioterrorist now working for one of Umbrella's rival companies. Leon and Krauser's relationship was like a roller coaster. It had its ups and downs, twists and turns, and plenty of unexpected surprises. Things hit a major turning point when Leon revealed he was on a top-secret mission designated Antivirus Weapon Protocol 7600 for the President. Talk about a mouthful. At first, Krauser was impressed that Leon was trusting him enough to share this information, but the reality sank in. Krauser was left with a bitter taste in his mouth. He realized that he had been manipulated and kept in the dark about what's really going on. It's like finding out your best friend was secretly an alien from outer space. Sure, it's cool, but it also makes you feel a little betrayed. Krauser failed to see why Leon, a relatively inexperienced operative, had been given such a special treatment because of his experiences in Raccoon City. After all, Krauser was a seasoned veteran who had risked life and limb for his country countless times in the past. To him, it felt like it was just another pawn in a larger game. In short, Leon and Krauser's relationship was more complicated than a Rubik's Cube. With trust issues and hidden agendas, it's a wonder they were actually able to work together at all. But hey, when it comes to saving the world from zombies and bioweapons, sometimes you just gotta put your differences aside and get the job done. Krauser received a serious arm injury during the battle. Unfortunately, he knew there would be no conventional way to recover from it. He felt sick to his stomach at the thought of depending on Leon for survival, and quickly developed a bit of an inferiority complex. Who wants to be the weak link in the team, right? After the mission, they're airlifted to safety. Krauser found himself reflecting on the notorious Albert Wesker that Leon had mentioned. He knew his military career was now over due to his injury, and wondered if Wesker could somehow make him strong again and provide the power he now craved. Secretly, he decided to seek Wesker out, and sometime later that year, he left the military and disappeared into the shadows. Leon was later told that he had died in an accident, but we all know the truth. Frustrated at maintaining absolute loyalty to the government he saw as morally corrupt, Krauser was ready to take on a new path in life. Now, we know that the remake he had trained Leon, but will this backstory be now made irrelevant? Only time will tell. I do struggle with Resident Evil 4, and I'm not quite as hyped as I should be, but to find out why, you'll need to watch this video that's on screen now. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks for watching, survivors, and I'll see you next time. Who wants to be the weak link on Tim, right? The weak link on the... After the successful mission, they were airlifted